Gleaming with excitement. I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot wait to present my ideas in court regarding Rebecca Schofield and her role in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. How she planned it, how it was her initial idea, how she hijacked the court, how she enticed him and energized him and got him ready to kill his own best friend. Since they have the inability to understand it, I'm glad it can be. She's going to realize that it's very hard to outrun consequences of her actions because they seem to never stop. She's going to try not to panic and rush her decisions, and she's going to plan her escape. She's going to feel like she has options, and she's going to try to keep a level head. She's going to be relieved that the person who is in the middle of the gossip is not someone she knows, but she'll still feel a little betrayal. She's relieved to see that it appears that people, although are hearing what I'm saying, are not taking me seriously. That's what it appears, though.
She's so dumb, she make my throat itch. What's so interesting to me is how many people don't understand that on the internet, you will have a consequence that is criticism if you do something stupid. And what have we been talking about at least for a year, if not 2, in regards to a school shooting? You should not get on the internet and try to solve the case, especially if you have no background knowledge, if you are mentally challenged, and most importantly, if you're somebody who wants to identify as a true crimes expert and you just pulling out random dildos and thinking, that's my sign that I know who it is. Ashley Gouliard is a fool, a moron, a loser, a dork, and somebody who deserves every bit of consequence that has been happening to her. Well, as of a couple weeks ago, but it's only going and hitting the cycle of news now, she failed in trying to prove to everybody, at least through the legal system, that her intuition of randomly framing some teacher for killing a bunch of students, even though the suspect has been caught and captured, and I believe is still to this day being interrogated, she's lost that. And it's now at the point where they're deciding how much money she would have to pay if a jury decides she gonna have to pay some money. And I'm gonna be honest with you, pay it up. Pay all the money possible. I want you to face consequence for spreading misinformation, and then when criticized for it, continuing to do it. And when you got a cease and desist, you continue to do it.
Also, why does she need 3 lawyers for me?
To sue you.
Who potentially had the 4 Idaho students killed. She's the one who ordered the execution. As you can see from here, she may have been a part of LGBTQ community, and she may have dated Kaylee or wanted to. Brief synopsis of who killed the University of Idaho college students and why. Their murder was ordered by Rebecca Schofield. Her targets were Kaylee and Madison. Rebecca was highly interested in Kaylee. She spent a lot of time fantasizing and thinking about her. They may have had some sort of fling. But ultimately, because of stubbornness and inability to see eye to eye, they broke it off. When they broke it off, Kaylee and Madison were seen together, and Rebecca did not like this because she felt that it could cause her trouble. She could get snitched on for dating a student. She was so consumed and worried about losing respect, admiration, and her possessions that she hired the killer to carry out the murder. The killer did it simply for money and to be back into school and so that he can finish his studies.
Something strange. We don't always report on crime, but this one is a bit unique. We just had to share it with you. It has to do with the 4 University of Idaho students stabbed to death in their off-campus house last November. But this has nothing to do with Brian Kohberger, the man accused of the killings. Rather, a case that wasn't in the limelight. We mentioned it back in December when there was no suspect for the case, and there was a lot of national speculation around the murders. At the time, a Texas-based TikTok personality, Ashley Gouliard, she accused the University of Idaho professor Rebecca Schofield publicly of committing the murders to cover up a student-teacher affair, and she did it all publicly on all of her TikTok account. Got millions of views. A lot of people saw this and sent us messages about it. So the professor, she sued for defamation. Then on July 10th, Gouliard actually filed multiple counterclaims against the U of I professor. Gouliard, who is representing herself, said that she used her spiritual and investigative techniques to come to her conclusion. She's still standing by those claims, even though police have already arrested 28-year-old Brian Kohberger for the killings. She says in her counterclaim, quote, Since the accusations in Ashley Juilliard's TikTok videos are substantially true, there is no actionable claim for defamation, and that she is the victim of defamation in all of this. She says plaintiff's claims are barred by fraud because they're false, perjurious, frivolous, and claimed with malice to get away with unethical conduct, adultery, and murder. Schofield's attorneys are asking a judge to dismiss the counterclaims because they say they have no merit or basis.
TikTok personality's countersuit against a University of Idaho professor will not be moving forward. Today, a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit. Ashley Guillard posted on TikTok that Rebecca Schofield, a professor, was involved in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students last year. Some of those posts went viral, so the professor sued her for defamation. Then Guillard filed multiple counterclaims. Again, it's only the counterclaims that are dismissed. Guillard claims she has spiritual abilities that led her to believe Schofield was behind the killings. The judge said, quote, "These claims are not only conclusory and unverifiable, but arguably so outrageous as to be clearly baseless and thus implausible." 28-year-old Brian Koberger is the man charged with the murder.
Your arrogance is your downfall. Your egotistical nature will be your undoing. And I don't feel sorry for you. I don't hope any form of any consequence other than you having to pay money for trying to frame a motherfucker for a mass shooting. They told you to stop. Everybody told you to stop, and you kept going. And what make it worse, didn't you say that you were trying to sue YouTubers? You named all the white ones. You knew to leave me alone because it's days after Juneteenth and you didn't want to make sure that your fellow black brother goes down.
And I'm going to sue. As soon as I can get some of these other things cleared out, I am suing everybody who defamed me on this platform, YouTube specifically.
Oh.
Not suing YouTube, but the people on YouTube it was like Marquis,
Oh.
Tozy.
Oh.
They weren't Americans, but I'm sure there's a way for them to be sued for what they've done.
So you gonna blow more money trying to sue people out the country for what? For seeing this as a trending thing to talk about? And they talk about it and they don't side with you? So if they sat there and was like, let's think about it for one second. Let me imagine my third eye opening and the tip of my weenie extravagantly opening for everybody to see. And let me pull something out for everybody right now. Oh my God. It's tangy barbecue sauce from McDonald's. You know what that means? Things are getting a little bit tangy here. Oh, we gotta actually consider the concept of this being an actual situation where a woman solves the case with a tarot card reading. If they would have said that, would you be suing them? More than likely not. You're suing them because they, along with everybody else with a brain, said, you look weird for doing this. And you have no evidence to back it, and you've looked dumb from the beginning. But even if you did, you have no fucking case to stand on. You have your intuition. Oh my God, you have your tarot card read. Oh my God, we must see the signs and see the stars to truly understand that I know what I'm talking. You are a bumbling bitch trying to sound smart, and you are the dumbest motherfucker in the room. So I hope, no matter if it's today, tomorrow, next week, I don't care when it is, I hope a jury decides that you gotta pay a fuck ton of money. Why? Just so that it could be a lesson to everybody. If you see some breaking news, don't try to say that it's because of Fox News hating Taylor Swift. Don't say it's because of white people. Don't say it's because of some weird fixation on transgenders. Don't just randomly blame somebody because, ooh, my skin is growing. I'm getting goosebumps and it's telling me that that person over there is the one behind it. Don't do that shit. What you should do is wait. I know it's stressful. Instant gratification is the name of the game with people on the internet, and you want it just instantly. You want all the information right there. But it's better if you wait. Why? For no other reason than it would mean you're a little bit more credible, but in this case, you won't have to look fucking stupid spending all this money on a legal case that you had no chance of winning. I know there's always the percentage that somebody could walk away with the dub, but you got no fucking chance of winning shit like this because you opened the floodgates for everybody to see you as the dummy that you are. And in the legal sense, you failed dramatically. And I could do nothing but laugh at you. But in the meantime, you, as my hat falls all over the damn place, you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stupid people trying to sound smart, but they get dumbed down by the sexiest black YouTuber. Goodbye.